Going over to the Cultural Pride podcast, you have Matt Walsh going viral saying that females should not be Secret Service agents because they keep fighting each other. Now, this comes with thanks to Matt Walsh himself over on X. And he says, quote, last year, multiple Secret Service agents have been suspended for getting into fights with each other. They have all been female. But you're not supposed to draw any conclusions from that, no matter how obvious the conclusions seem to be. Yeah. And that got 1.2 million views as well as 47,000 likes. Now, we do have some contrarian comments here, though. Thankfully, it looks like someone by the name of Bjorn did ask for the specific incidents with Grok. Now, Grok responded saying, quote, sources confirmed 2 incidents May 21st, 2025. 2 Secret Service officers were suspended after a fight outside Obama's D.C. home. I think it's like an $8 million home. The Independent also know that. They know that female agent Michelle Herzog was removed for attacking a colleague. These support your claims, but only 2 cases in a 7,000-person agency. 34% female. It's unclear if the gender is a factor. No data shows female agents are more prone to misconduct. And then they ask, let's see here. If those are the only 2 cases ever, Grok claims it is. So again, pretty small anecdotal evidence. Interesting, we don't see a lot of the headlines of, male Secret Service agents getting into each other. In fact, yeah, haven't heard that yet. Somebody named Ariqual Bloss says, quote, these women are targeted for stupid shit in a male-dominated workforce, question mark. Got 58 likes. Urban Decay says, quote, women have absolutely no business playing pretend Secret Service agent. Straight up, gained 37 likes. She claims that a woman brought down bin Laden. Now, this small secret, it's a small secret. A lot of people don't realize it, but Navy SEALs do write books. That's a joke because that's a big part of what they're known for. I mean, again, the SEALs that took out bin Laden were guys. There was a female contractor who helped locate bin Laden, but I mean, she contributed to it, but she didn't bring him down. Urban Decay says, quote, women, he's going to get under her skin for this. He says, women were created to serve their husbands. Cope, getting 4 likes. Then, of course, they attack his manhood. Kind of cliche go-to. See here? Firefox says, it's Lesbo Softball League rivalries, and you know this, getting 25 likes. But yeah, her name is Ariquel Bloss, Arquuelbloss. But yeah, I always try to find some contrarian statements or profiles and follow them, because life gets a little bit boring when you're in an echo chamber. Now, going back to the main comment section, you also have El Guapo Speaks. Says, quote, the good news is that all these crazy female DEI agents can be assigned to protect other people who love them the most, the Clintons, Obamas, Bidens, etc. Getting 479 likes, which a lot of people are also critiquing female Secret Service agents. I think it was Q4 last year when you had one who was on the job, supposedly trying to protect, VIPs like the president. And she went to a room she was not authorized for, proceeded to, I'll try to keep this moderately family friendly, pump or express milk for her child and then feed her child. I forgot the child was there or not, but she was doing that activity when she was on the job, which if you're a mom, yeah, you definitely should not be a Secret Service agent. Because if you're a good mom or have a mom with a modicum of a soul or intelligence, one would think the number one thing on your mind all the time would be the baby you just had. Again, I'm not saying they can't come back to work later in some type of capacity, but like that story to me blew my mind the most. Like a mom just had a kid and her body's, biology is programmed to think about that kid and sustain life for the kid. Yet she's playing Secret Service agents, going into rooms she's not supposed to be in, and then taking time off the clock to do that, taking time on the clock to do those types of things. But again, this is one of the most important roles. Granted, it's low bar as a government employee. It's one of the most important ones is guarding VIPs. You're supposed to be on your toes, not on your keister. You also have White with the capital W saying, quote, why are females allowed in the Secret Service at all? It should be in all ex-special forces, the best of the best, not fat lesbians who can't reholster their pistol. That's a good point, too. I got 1.6 thousand likes, quite a few to say the least, when famously you had the Secret Service agent try to protect Trump when one was, it's a nice way to say morbidly obese, or she wasn't morbidly, she was just portly, fat. Let's just say she couldn't do a quarter mile in probably in under 28 minutes. I'm only partially exaggerating, but yeah, she was also that one gal who she just crouched behind Trump when he was being shot at. And then when they were moving Trump to the SUV, She had her pistol out, which I would argue was actually more of a threat than the bad guy because, she's right there and clearly doesn't know how to use a pistol. And she could not reholster her pistol. And yeah, there's a pretty bad look. A lot of people debate where they put there intentionally because they knew they would fail. There's a lot of speculation on why they were there. You also have Disobedient Soaps having a picture or a comic of two gals punching each other. And the guy in the crowd goes, "Wow, women's UFC is brutal." The guy goes, "UFC? That's across the hall." And that's a convention center, and two signs say UFC, and the other is lesbian relationship, which, statistically speaking, if you look at divorce rates, the highest group, it's actually not, traditional men and women. It's not men and men. The highest divorce rate goes to women or lesbians. I got 767 likes. Heart and Spine Manhood says women shouldn't be in Secret Service agents, getting 508 likes. Voted for this says, quote, "Same story, shown everywhere. Woke culture tearing down even our most elite security. No discipline, just choices. When you prioritize ideology over excellence, this is what happens. Sad." Getting 229 likes. You also have Anomaly rather. They really can't pronounce things today. Saying, quote, "I think the Secret Service agent should be all male for the same reason. If we had to set our greatest basketball players, NASCAR drivers, or chess players, our nation, it would be all male." Getting 768 likes. Libertarian Party of New York says, "It's almost as if they want to say something, but you want to say something, but your self-censoring nature prevents you from doing so." Getting 23 likes. Easton Croy says, "Anyone who has ever worked anywhere knows that if you get a group of women working together, they will fight each other. Cliques will form, and out come the claws. What happens everywhere I've ever worked." Getting 295 likes. That is interesting. Matt Walsh did actually go more aggressive in his commentary, which is kind of rereading his quote. Yeah, he actually spelled out so bluntly like he usually does. It's almost a little bit disappointing. He trying to be more nuanced these days. I certainly hope he's not losing his edge. Cyclical Publicist has a good old meme from the Seinfeld or GIF, which I know it's pronounced meme, but it's more fun the way I say it, I think. Which you have Elaine's boss, and he goes, what was the original quote? But in this case, he says, "I was right smack dab in the middle of a good old cat fight." The 164 likes. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, a lot of people are always bringing up statistics on, well, when it comes to the physical fitness requirements being lowered and how that's not great for our nation either. But we'll see if they change the requirements for the Secret Service. And let me know. Do you think, it's good to have women in that position? Do you think they should have such high percentage of representation in there? What are your thoughts? As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.